It's
Wow.
a Victory Monday here in the Carolinas. How about that?
Since we've had the logo in the background.
How about that?
It's been a long time since we've been able to,
be
talk
excited.
so
I know.
positively.
Yeah.
I know.
People were smiling. They are smiling now. It's great.
No more booing.
No more booing. No thumbs down. We
thumbs
saw
down.
that.
I know. So
that's not a comfortable position.
I know. So this morning we want to know: do you think that this is turning a corner for the Panthers?
Yes.
I
think so.
Is this it?
I think so.
Is this it? Because for those keeping count, for the third time in 622 days, Carolina Panthers are waking up with a win. The Panthers changed quarterbacks, as you probably know at this point.
The Red Rifle.
That's right.
That's right.
Went on to beat the Raiders 36-22.
So it started Monday when rookie head coach Dave Canales benched former top pick Bryce Young after just 2 games in favor of 36-year-old veteran Andy Dalton. Yesterday's game also marks Canales' first win as an NFL head coach. Take a listen.
Game ball.
Oh, I'm smiling inside. I'm absolutely beat. This has been an amazing week, but again, just a really heavy week. And just with all the factors, and just getting back to work and continuing to push to establish our culture in the process. So I'm thrilled. I'm so joyful. Thank you for bringing that up.
And check this out, this photo from yesterday. The Panthers making NFL history. Yesterday's game marked the first ever matchup between NFL teams with female presidents. That's Sandra Douglas Morgan to your left of the Raiders and Panthers team president Christy Coleman. Coleman was named team president in 2022.
Cool.
So, hey, next up, Charlotte will host the Bengals at home this Sunday.
Kind of ironic because that was Andy Dalton's former team.
Yes.
Yeah. When he came in, not when he first came in, but he had some legendary times that team. Went to the playoffs several times. So
And Chris,
kind of ironic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Chris, you said your wife's a Bengals fan and was
Huge
thought
Bengals fan.
they were going to run away with the win, and now you're like, I don't know. The Panthers may take it away again.
Yeah, it looks like it's like, well, we're going to a win. That's guaranteed. But now, not anymore. And I think this really just proves on either side of the ball, because there was a lot of criticism for defense that Bryce Young had nothing to do with. So just the changing of the guard, and that's what Canales is really saying, that it's a really heavy week. He hated doing it, but he knew it was best for the team. But even the defense was fired up, because I think either side was starting to fuel off each other. So it's nice to see.
So what does this mean going forward?
I think it means that there's some positive times ahead. They're going to be playing some tough games. The Bengals will be a tough game. I think it's about 50-50 because Andy Dalton has it. He's got it going. And, I think that later on we got some possibilities. I mean, with the NFC South, and I hate to say this, one of the weaker conferences, we could potentially even go to the playoffs. I mean, there's that potential now with a whole change in attitude, change of quarterback.
And what's this mean for Bryce Young?
The Panthers have already gotten trade offers. So
have they?
Yeah, so it's not a guarantee there, but I think they're going to kind of roll with it, because I don't really know exactly what they have as far as number 3 on the depth chart. But I think it's right now that they're just focused going forward. But yeah, teams have already
Probably
out.
The best thing that could happen for Bryce Young is to be traded, because it would give a new start.
Yes.
It'll be tough for him to come back here and do well, especially in the footsteps. Now in the footsteps of Andy Dalton. So I think that would be better. Miami Dolphins need a quarterback, so maybe that's one of the possibilities. I mean, they even talked about the Giants. I don't know.
And we've seen, we saw with Baker Mayfield how, from Browns to here down, a different team and a different dynamic and different.
They take off.
Yes. You can do well, and it's not any one person's fault. It's just a different team dynamic. So.
Some people chiming in. John Kelly saying, nice win by the Panthers and Charlotte FC. Joy Mott saying, I hope they keep winning.
Keep pounding.
Yeah,
and it was crazy, the stats that were coming out for this game. The Panthers were 2 for 22 on third downs. Andy Dalton right off the bat went 2 for 2. And it was 20 games is the last time that they scored an opening drive touchdown. And they just look great.
Quarterback rating 127, which is amazing.
I think the top is 159.
The most points scored in all the games this past weekend were here. We're not here, but with the Panthers with 36 points.
Wow.
I mean, and I know I heard from people when we were talking in the newsroom as well, there were some people who were not paying attention to the game yesterday because they, to be honest, got tired of paying attention to the games because it was so depressing. And so when they saw the push notification from WCNC Charlotte or whatever it was, Panthers win, they're like, what? Which is a good little surprise to have.
It's funny that some people here said that because I had friends and I was following along, looking on social media, and they said, yes, I'm still a diehard Panthers fan. I grew up here. I'm just not watching the game today. I'm too depressed lately.
Yeah.
And Andy turned it all around.
Up until yesterday, they were the worst team in football.
Yeah.
It was almost embarrassing. Now, I don't want to say worst to first, but in the conference, maybe. We'll see what happens.
They're not the bottom.
No, they're not.
No,
not anymore.
No, my team from back home might be the worst ones, but we'll get to that. But no, I'm really excited for the positivity, and everyone was smiling. It was so cool to see the locker room, because how many times have we stood up here and I was like, well, it's only up from here. Well, we actually are heading up, so it's really cool.
Yeah, Nick was showing in his sports. Andy Dalton was coming up behind Dave Canales like, okay, you can smile now. Come on, smile. Trying to get that smile out of him during the game.
They deserve it.
Yes, they do.
It's been a long time coming.
And it was huge. The Raiders scored a little bit at the end, but it was pretty much a blowout.
We'd like to see it. All right, folks. Chime in. Do you think it's a turnaround for the team? And then we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bye-bye.